Hello, lovely. Welcome to the day on Tuesday. We are going to just take another visit to Atomic Habits, where we're up to day 15 of our deep dive into how we can be better with our habits. At the end, of course, I'm going to bring all this together and hopefully we've got a real plan. But this at the moment, I'm just talking through the various things that come up, the various chapters. And so you don't have to read the book if you don't want to, or it might inspire you to read it for yourself. So today we're going to speak about chapter 14, which is all about how are you going to make your good habits inevitable. And James Clear starts this chapter with a great story about Victor Hugo. So 19th century France, the writer Victor Hugo, he's got a deadline to finish his book, and he's struggling with it. So what he does is he gets his assistant to lock all of his clothes into a trunk so that he cannot get to his clothes. And he figures that will make him get on with writing the book because he can't go anywhere. And so that's what he does. And I think it takes him a few months. And obviously he had an assistant, so he didn't have to go shopping or pick up the kids from school, or all the things that we would have to do. I sometimes think it would be so much easier being a writer in those days. And it was over the winter, so he didn't really want to go anywhere anyway. And he finished his book, which ended up being The Hunchback of Notre Dame. So I have no idea if that's a true story or not, but that's how James Clear talks about it in here. So this is called a commitment device. So it's a choice you make now in your present, which will control your actions in the future. So other examples, I mean, if we think of examples that we could use, maybe, they have these devices that cut off the internet at a certain time. So if you're finding that you want to write on a notepad or on a Remarkable, or even just on your computer but not connected to the internet, then you could have a period in your day where you cut off the internet so that you can concentrate on not being distracted by what's online. If you have a bad habit about gambling, you could ban yourself from casinos. Probably a more realistic option for many of us, if you you want to do some yoga, so if you pay for all your classes ahead of time, it's an action you're taking now to make you do the thing in the future. But a really simple one that we could all do is if you're I've said before, I like using the Pomodoro technique. So today I have a whole lot of writing that I need to do, and I'm going to be using the Pomodoro technique. And the way I use it is I work for 45 minutes and then I have a 15-minute break. So for that 45 minutes, I can put my phone in a box or in a cupboard so that I'm not distracted by my phone. Now, there's bound to be other distractions, but at least I won't be distracted by that. So that's a decision I'll be making to get a better result. Better than locking my clothes in the trunk anyway, which I don't think I'd have a trunk big enough to put all my clothes in. So, and the other thing to think about is automating. So if we're talking about making your good habits inevitable, then how can you automate things? So for example, if you want to have a regular savings plan, you can have that money automatically come out of your bank and go into an investment vehicle, or into one of the platforms like Cargroves Lansdowne, and that money could automatically be invested in a certain kind of fund. You wouldn't have to do anything, and that would be happening. You'd be increasing your investments. You could, if you're always forgetting to pick up prescriptions or get prescriptions ordered, those can be automated. So just thinking about the practical steps from this for you. How can you metaphorically lock your clothes in a trunk to help you with your habits, the good habits that you might want to do? What would your commitment device be? I'm going to try today putting my phone in a box. I need to find a decent box and see how that goes, and really make sure I'm focused for that 45 minutes. And what can you automate? Now, I wish I could automate myself to go for a run. I don't think there's a way to do that. I suppose you could hire someone, a personal trainer, to knock on your door and make you go, but I'm not really at that point. But yeah, just think about what you can automate and what your commitment device might be. And I'd love to hear anything that you might have done in the past, or that's worked particularly well for you. Let me know in the comments, because sometimes it is just a little trick like that, but you're trying to make those good habits inevitable. All right, have a fabulous day.